This is a disease that greatly affects your life in social ways, as well as regarding your health and your abilities to maintain and function a normal life. Socially, it affects me personally. It has greatly limited my ability to spend time with my children, to even just do something as simple as cook a meal due to the pain that is caused and the constant needing to use the washroom. I find a lot of times when I was really ill, I would be in the washroom between 30 and 40 times a day. And the amount of pain that is even in between you're going to the washroom, in between going, it's just, there's no break from it. It's just from one, it's constant. It's actually constant. So my kids have had to adapt to a lot of things as well. Mom needing to lay down, mom needing to rest, needing quiet, being on medication, not being able to drive to certain places because of the pain meds. My husband as well has had to deal with it on a regular basis. I was hospitalized on average 2 times a year. I have had to the point of the doctors wanting to remove my entire large intestine. I had seen the surgeon and I had been scheduled for the surgery, but I bailed the day before. Couldn't actually go through with it, so I decided to wait, and I have been a guinea pig basically with new medications that were not FDA approved. So taking a risk with the possible side effects and long-term effects. Some of them may cause cancer. We just don't know at this point. But this last one that I have tried has actually helped, and I'm the healthiest I've been in almost 14 years. I really am very grateful that I actually was able to participate in the study, because it means I've been able to stand outside and watch my children play soccer. I've been able to go sledding like I did yesterday with my children, and just go anywhere where I don't need to know where the immediate vicinity of a bathroom is. I don't need to take pain medication on a constant, regular basis daily. And just my quality of life has greatly improved from this medication. For young people who are new to having Crohn's disease, or maybe have some symptoms and are not sure if that's what they have, I would advise them to see their family physician and get sent in to see a gastroenterologist. If you be as honest as you can with your symptoms and with exactly how you are being affected, they can give you a more accurate diagnosis and proper treatments for you. Also, the more you talk about it, the more you're going to find people who actually have Crohn's disease that you didn't know they had. I have 2 girlfriends who I had Crohn's disease at the same time as they did, and we didn't know for about 1.5 years that we all had it together. So talking about it, I think you will find that it's a lot more common than you think it is, and you're not as alone as you feel. There are a lot of social stigmas related to this disease. I think a lot of it comes from no one being aware of the causes and or the effects that it can have on a person with Crohn's disease. I feel that if people were more educated and it was brought out and publicized a little bit more, the effects of this disease, that I think people would be a lot more understanding. There are times when you have to actually fight with a store owner to use their washroom, and I just don't think that if they knew the circumstances and that some people do have illnesses that require a more frequent use of washrooms, that they would be maybe more freely allowing people to use their washrooms. I think also that if things were publicized more, that maybe other people would come forward, as it is a rather embarrassing disease. And it took me over 1 year to actually go to my doctor before I was diagnosed. And when I finally did, it was to the point where my family physician sent me straight to the hospital. I was there for at least 3 weeks, but I don't really have much of a memory of it because I was on so much medication. It can be very, very serious, and Crohn's disease can affect you right from your mouth right through your entire digestive system. So with that being said, you can have it in one area and they decide to surgically remove that area of affected digestive system. Then Crohn's disease may actually move to another area. So it actually will never have there's no cure for it, because it will just move on to another area that it wants to go to. Whereas with colitis, the removal of a large intestine, because colitis is restricted only to the large intestine, that is actually a cure. Crohn's disease is it needs a lot more research, and I feel that maybe with some more funding or with more publicity, more people may come forward and they may be able to find a common link as to the causes, because nobody really knows. It could be hereditary, it could be environmental, it could be there's many could be's, but nobody seems to know for sure. If people felt more comfortable coming forward with their symptoms and were diagnosed, there may be a common thread found more quickly.